I'm Dr. Lara, and welcome to another episode of Who Am I and Why Am I Here? I'm Dr. Lara. I'm an angel channeler, an intuitive mentor, and an author. And these episodes are based on my book, Living Life on Your Own Terms, The Healer's Edition, How to Fulfill Your Purpose Without Sacrificing Yourself. So today I want to talk about how we can tell that we're a light worker and what starts to happen when we embark on the path of owning who and what we are. So a lot of times people feel this urge in themselves and they don't know where it's coming from. Like they feel this urge that they're here for a reason, that they want to help other people. They don't know how sometimes, or they don't know why, but they just feel that they're here for a bigger purpose, that there's more to life than getting a job, having a family, raising kids, going on vacation, going to the gym, whatever. And those are all wonderful things. But there's some people that feel that there's more for them to do here on this planet. And if you have that urge, that probably means that you're a light worker. Now, what does a light worker mean? I did cover that in some previous episodes. A light worker is someone that has come down to this planet to help with the ascension of humanity. They could be healers. They could be people that just show love and light. They could be artists. It could be anybody that has decided to come down and to help humanity with this ascension process. And if I'm telling you, if you have an inkling, if just an inkling, maybe I am, you are. Because not everybody has that role to play on this planet. But if you think that you do, you are. So please listen to that. Please inquiring, just ask, what is it that I'm here to do? Ask your soul, ask your angels, ask, the divine intelligence within you, whatever it is that you connect with, start asking, what is it that I'm here to do? And you will find your answers. A lot of times light workers lead lives that are very traumatic. Anywhere from being in an alcoholic home to having physical challenges to, abuse in any way. And they have lived like the first part of their lives with these challenges. And a lot of the light workers have figured out how to transform those traumas and challenges into healing for themselves. And they have worked through their traumas. And that's how these light workers help other people, because they have been there. They have been in the trenches. They have been with the traumas. They have worked through them, and they have found a way out of that hole. And they're here to help other people find their way out of the hole. So a lot of times, and we'll just use this as an example, maybe there was someone that had sexual abuse, and they had learned to overcome that and not let it ruin their lives or rule their lives. And they found a way to do it. So then they have this compassion and this compulsion to help other people survive sexual abuse. And that is how they are showing up to help people work through their issues and their traumas. So a lot of light workers have a very strong intuitive sense. They can walk into a room, they can read a room, they can tell the energy of it. They can look at someone's face or their body language and they know exactly how they're feeling. They know things, but they don't know how they know things. They can predict sometimes how an outcome is going to come about. And they can tune into other people's energy and sense where they're coming from. And a lot of people are attracted to light workers, like they tell their life story. It was so funny. This one time I was talking to a neighbor and we were just having, light conversation, and this person comes walking by and she looks at me and she joined into the conversation, but then she just proceeded to just unload like some heavy stuff. I'd never seen her before. My neighbor had never seen her before, but they just unloaded this stuff. And I just, said a few things, and then she walked off, and my neighbor was like, "Does that happen to you often?" I'm like, "Yes, it does." So things like that happen to you, it just means that you are there for a reason and that you are good with people, and it's part of your mission to help others. Now, the second part of this is I want to share what happens when you start to embrace being a light worker. Because, all of a sudden we can have this epiphany. It's like, oh my goodness, I know why I'm here. I'm here for a reason. And then you start sharing who you are, and you start learning about things, and your life starts to change, and you start to change, and you start to become empowered, and life starts to get better for you. And when that happens, the people around you go, ah, and they freak out because you're changing. And they freak out for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons could be because you showed up in a certain way and you behaved in a certain way, and they got certain things out of you. Being a healer or a light worker, we are automatically compassionate and loving, and we just want to give our heart out to everybody, and we just want to help people, right? What happens if we don't have boundaries and if we don't take care of ourselves, people come and they take advantage of that and they suck our energy. But when you start to understand that you can show up in a certain way without letting people take advantage of you, then these people start to get upset because you're not giving them what they have always gotten from you. So when that happens, they can be upset with you. They may say horrible things. They may leave your life. And also what people start to do when they start to get into their power, it scares other people because they're like, wow, if she can do that, that means that there's something in me that I could probably do too. And some people are ready to see that and some people aren't. Some people don't want to see it. So there's friction there. So just become aware of things like that, when you start to feel empowered and you start to do things for yourself, and you start to draw boundaries, you start to fulfill your purpose, people aren't going to like it. But the people that are meant to be with you will stay with you, and the people that aren't will fall away. It may take some more boundary drawing. It may take like a physical removal of yourself from the situation, but just know that there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with them. It just is. When you start to get into the light frequencies of being a light worker and doing your work, your vibration changes. And when your vibration changes, the people around you have an opportunity to rise up with you with that vibration and stay with you. And then some people can't or decide not to. So they kind of fall away, and it's okay. Your life might get turned upside down. You may see things in a different way. Some things that were fun for you before might not be fun anymore. Some things that you really enjoyed doing that, filled up your heart and soul, that might change as well. A job, you might be at a job that you have tolerated, it's been okay, and now you may not be able to stand it. You might not be able to be there anymore, and you might be forced to find something else. There was something a few months ago that I was showing up in a certain way that I had been used to showing up in, and my soul was calling for expansion. So I was like, okay, I'm ready to expand. I didn't know what that looked like, but what happened was when I sat down to show up in the way that I'd always showed up, my body would get heavy. It would get lethargic. It would get so tired. And then when I would try to think of something like what I had to do, my mind would be completely blank. And this happened over and over and over again. So I'm kind of a slow learner sometimes. Until one time I opened up my computer and I was ready to do something, and my body literally went limp, and I had no thought in my head. And I was like, what is this? And it's like, you can't show up like this anymore. You need to expand into something completely different. So I surrendered to that. So we have these these thoughts, we have these signs, we have these inklings. Oh, maybe we should go in a different direction, or maybe we should do this, or maybe we should call this person. And I'm just here to tell you that doesn't go away. If anything, if you don't listen to it, it gets louder and louder and louder until you listen to it. So this change, if you feel that you're a light worker, the best thing that I can tell you is to follow that path willingly. Because if you fight it and if you don't want to do it, things are going to break down in your life to make sure that you get on that path. And now more than ever, we need to shine our light for humanity. The world is so chaotic out there. It's just the energy is just like, ah! But when we show up, and we don't even have to, you don't even have to get out and do a video. You don't have to have sessions with people. You don't have to do all of that. It's just acknowledging that who you are is a light worker, that you are here for a reason, and you're here to be willing to do whatever the divine guidance in your soul wants you to do. And then you show up in that way willingly. And then your life will begin to shift into something more pleasant. But if you decide to ignore those signs, you're going to feel discontent. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel lost. You're going to try and fit into the old mode, but you're not going to be able to. It's like seeing the world in black and white and then opening the door. I'm thinking of Wizard of Oz and everything's in color. You can't go back to the black and white. So once you have this spiritual awakening that you're here for a reason, you can't go back into that old way of living. You can try for a while, but you're going to be discontent. And then you're going to have to, not going to have to, but your soul is like, yes, you are. But you can choose to. You can choose to ride this wave and to honor yourself and to just say, you know what, I'm here. Please use me as an instrument of your peace. Please help me, help humanity, raise your vibration so we can create a new world, a new earth, and so we can remember who we truly are. And that's what we're all doing right now. We are remembering our divine essence. So I thank you so much for being here, Lightworker. Thank you for listening to this episode. Like I said, it's based on my book. It's available on Amazon, and it is it's a great book. It was divinely channeled. I didn't want to write it. But you know what? My soul had other plans. So you can get on Amazon. Thank you so much for being here. Until next episode, have a blessed day.